Hi again. It's still the 29th, 2022. I'm I've done a little bit more configuring with my camera. I'm just wondering how it's coming out. So we're going to do a little bit of a follow up to what I was talking about earlier today and see how it goes. All right. Today I was running errands and actually something happened as I was running errands, which brings me to the point I want to discuss today. My point is there is a difference in how people treat you from when I was obese to how they treat me now. And it's actually, you gotta know me, but it's actually not particularly pleasant in the sense of I have a lot of more interaction with strangers than I prefer. What I mean is, people love to say things to, hey, how's it going? Yeah, simply, hey, how's it going? Me, I don't know you for one thing. Yes, I'm doing fine, as far as that goes. But as far as you got to understand my condition. My condition is such that when I am running errands, when I am doing stuff, I kind of need to concentrate on what I'm doing, and I do my best to keep my head down. And I do my best for peripheral, such that it is with my stupid patch. But even without my patch, I mean, I have very limited peripheral vision. That's fine. I figure if I concentrate on what's ahead of me, look both ways before you cross the street, all that kind of stuff, I'll be okay. And I am okay, except that people love to have conversations with me. And again, it's not that I'm particularly rude. I am a more introverted, believe it or not. Yes, I can spiel on to my camera, but in social settings, I tend to be either. I'm bizarre. I tend to be either standoffish or I over explain. There's no happy medium. I wish there was. Trust me, I wish there was. But for whatever reason, that's you get. That's what you get when you get me. Anyways, it is interesting because when I was heavier, that wasn't happening. I would get more jeers, more scoffs, more when I'm sitting beside someone. I always did my best to avoid how do you put this? To avoid my girth imposing on their space, if you know what I mean. But sometimes you can't help it. You're walking down a sidewalk and two people are approaching, but they're side by side having a conversation. You with your walker. Yeah, not only am I taking up space with my walker, but then I'm actually wider than my walker. And yeah, because all of a sudden they no longer can file past me in twos. They have to go single file. People apparently, trust me, they don't like that. As far as they're concerned, they had every, and they did. Don't get me wrong. Like if you're walking side by side, but I mean, come on, like it's not just my girth because if it's a smaller sidewalk, you're not going to be able to. Sometimes you just can't do side by side. But anyways, I'm used to, or was somewhat used to that kind of reaction from strangers. More, how do you put it? More rude, but not rude in the sense of I never had anyone come up to me, you big fat fatty. They were just more, oh, do I need to like stand beside you? Do you need to take up so much room? Why do I have to stand on the bus to give up, or sitting on a bus seat, and all of a sudden it's tight, so maybe you're touching someone. But trust me, that happens in a full bus anyways. I mean, yeah, people are funny, but again, from my experience, people were never outright rude. They were just when they were inconvenienced, they did not mind telling you that they were inconvenienced, and not in so many words. It usually was more of a look or a scoff or Trust me, people have a way of making themselves known. Anyways, today someone wanted to have a conversation with me. Trust me, now that I've lost the weight, people have this, for me, it's weird. Strangers, love to have conversations with me about what I'm wearing, my eye. Do I need an eye patch? Yeah, like, why would I be wearing an eye patch if I didn't need it? Really? But this is what you want to know. And you pretend to you pretend that you didn't hear them. You know what I mean? You're playing that game of, oh, you know, I'm so busy concentrating on going from A to B, moving on. And no, they actually, from their point of view, they need an answer to this question. And I'm like, really? Like, yes, I actually kind of do need the eye patch. You know what I mean? It's like, God, it's, to me, that's funny. Like, I think maybe you guys are picking up that I have a kind of a bit of an absurd sense of humor, in the sense of I really don't get, yeah, being sociable is one thing, but bugging strangers, that's something I don't do. I don't know. If I see, for instance, some guy wearing a jacket that I like, I'm not gonna go up to them and say, "Hey, man," you know what I mean? If I'm having a conversation with them because I know them, whatever, maybe, you know what I mean, but not a stranger. I don't know. To me, it's funny that people, I mean, the one thing the fat activist community does have a point is that people do treat you differently. Personally, I would prefer to kind of be treated the way they treated me when I had girth. I don't know. They more or less left me alone or raised an eyebrow and made weird noises, but more or less, they did not converse with me. They left me alone. And again, when I'm doing shit, pardon, when I'm have errands to run, it's usually I need to rest up beforehand and then plow on through to get through. And a lot of times, as I'm performing my errands, I'm starting to lose strength, energy. I always do my best to load up on some food beforehand, and coffees. I always need my coffees to get me through any errands. But there you go. That's where I am with that. Anyways, it was an interesting moment for me today that I stumbled upon my pet peeve of being bothered when I'm doing errands by people that used to leave me alone when I was a man of girth. All right, there you go. I said it. Anyways, I'm hoping that the quality of this video is a bit better. It means that I might have to start filming more daytime filming. I don't know. Like, from my point of view, this looks fine. I won't know until it's posted. So if it turns out like crap, like this morning's, I do apologize. But I am working on it, and eventually I will have a better camera. At least I certainly hope so. Anyways, until then, that's what's going on behind the patch in my patch of the internet. Have a good day.